Hi, I'm Bill Shugarts, and I'm a volunteer at the National Museum of the United States Army. I wanted to be able to learn and learn about Army history and teach Army history. And I have a background in being interested in historical things, and this was a good vehicle to do that. And it parallels to other volunteering that I do with the National Park Service. Yeah, it's actually two artifacts. It's the FT-17 tank, field tank 17 tank, a World War I tank, and the Sherman tank of World War II. And the reason I have interest in those two tanks, they're macro displays. But two things. One is that I was when I was in the Army, I was an enlisted man in an armor, and was a tank crewman. So I understand how all that worked during the Vietnam era, M48s and M60 tanks. And then serendipitously, I worked as a volunteer at the new Eisenhower Memorial. And interestingly enough, one of the unknown facts is that what president was a tanker? And it's Dwight Eisenhower. Actually, to meet people and to help them learn about the United States Army and the 245-year history of it, and then the 1,300 artifacts, which are unique artifacts. Nowhere else in the country or the world do they exist. In my case, the most fun I ever had was a training exercise at Fort Knox, Kentucky in 1968. And it was just dumb luck. We were trained as tankers and tank crews. So we're out at a firing range, and they have all 6 or 12, say 6 to 12 tanks next to each other on a firing range. So these are M48, M60 tanks, and they fired a 90 millimeter round or 105 millimeter round. And you rotated the position in the tanks. The tank is a team. It works by a crew, and these tanks were crewed by 4 people. So you had a gunner, a loader, a tank commander, and it was a gunner, loader, tank commander, and I'm trying to remember the other. I forgot. But the gunner was the one that sat in the seat and sighted the target and pulled the trigger. So one night we're out on the firing range, and I happened to rotate to that. We took turns over a period of an hour, and at the end of the night, it's dark, and it's maybe 12 or 11 or 12 at night, and the lieutenant said to us, "We're not taking this ammunition back. You got to fire it up." So these were solid rounds. They called it shot, and you'd fire at a target that was on a set of rails, 300, 400 yards out, and try to hit this target that would move. And anyway, long story short, I lucked out. I got the gunner seat, and what you do is you do various commands, and I got to fire 24 rounds in succession. And it was awesome. Tankers don't normally do that. You don't get to do that in real life. It's a really, really wonderful opportunity, and the cliche, it's an honor. They just don't take anybody, and in order for you to get the opportunity, you have to go through training, and that to me is a good thing. And so there's a couple hundred of us that have been through this gauntlet of meetings and training and exercises, and there'll be some more of them. And even with COVID, even in this unusual year or circumstance of a year or 2 years maybe, it's it's enabled us to continue. And the Army Museum, I think, represents certainly the whole history of the U.S. Army since its beginning, and it gives you a vehicle to add things to it as the Army grows in time. And when you look at it, it's got macro displays, mini displays, docents, a wonderful movie, experiential opportunities in those two modules, and then it has programming that's going to come, and they have a PhD trainer that runs classes, and so it's clearly a learning organization, and that just didn't happen overnight. That was by design. So I think it's a great opportunity. We age up and age out. Why it's neat to see you young folks that want to focus on it and take it forward. So thank you. Yeah, the displays. There's no artifacts like these anywhere, and it's got the history from the Revolutionary Continental Army all the way up to Afghanistan and the modern Army, and then all the tools or whatever you want to call it through that period, and then it's got Army life and Army in the society and Army in society, and then they honor individual soldiers and individual stories. So each one of the folks that served over this 245 year, 246 year period has a story.